This right here doesn't say.
Make no mistake, she meant to pull that chair. CPS was called, and they're probably going to do an assessment on this child. They're not going to remove him.
It's not compulsory to have children that you cannot take care of, that you don't want. It is okay for you not to have kids if you hate kids. So this nurse Hannah, she has been going viral back to back. The very first viral video that went viral on TikTok was the 17 diaper situation. We've talked about this video. And she counted 17 dirty diaper in her house in 24 hours. But people didn't really know her then. People were like, oh, it's not bad. She's not a bad mom. She's just being realistic. Then a few weeks later, and a viral videos started going out, how they were abusing, she and her husband abusing their toddler. They have 2 kids, so she and her husband are abusing the toddler. Like, you can clearly see how that little boy is suffering. The little boy is sad, the little boy is suffering, the little boy is being abused, neglected. You can see it in those videos. But now, thank God for social media, because there's something I like about social media is people are going to call out your BS, especially when you're posting about your life and they see something that is wrong. They'll call you out with their full chests, right? And once you're being dragged and you're being cancelled, your video goes viral every center of the earth. Anybody that has TikTok in their country, that is, maybe TikTok is not banned in your country, you will see the video. Okay, you will see some people talking about it. You'll be aware that something is going on about a particular nurse, right? So CPS now has come to their house to do the do. But now we don't know the updates. We don't know if they're going to collect the children from them, or maybe they're going to take them for parenting classes. I don't know anything. There's no much update about it. But the good thing is CPS has intervened. And this is just like a reminder, if you don't want children, don't have them. Like, there's no point. Let me show you some videos and I'll share my thoughts at the end of the video.
This right here doesn't say.
Make no mistake, she meant to pull that chair. CPS was called, and they're probably going to do an assessment on this child. They're not going to remove him because there's probably not enough probable cause to remove the child. And what worries me the most is that there's lack of love towards this child. She pulled that chair, and her reaction after the child falls is not the reaction of a real mother. As a mother, when your child gets hurt, you feel their pain. There's another clip. She has a waffle iron and it's on, and the child touches it. And instead of her coming to his aid, he burned himself. She goes, "Why would you do that?" The lack of empathy to her child scares me. And listen, a mother that doesn't love her kid can go through parenting classes, parenting counseling. Unfortunately, though, none of those things are going to create love for that child. And she clearly doesn't love him. Is it possible for a mother not to love her kid? Absolutely. In the abuse. I don't know what's going to happen to this child, because removal at this stage, it's not possible. They're not going to remove him. The child has to demonstrate that he is in danger of losing his life in order for CPS to step in and remove the child. The fact that they're not going to remove him doesn't mean that his suffering is going to come to an end. In fact, all the attention that this child is getting and the negative attention she's getting, she might become even more resentful to her son.
Parents who resented being parents now have a way to profit off of their resentment, and that is pimping out their children on the internet. A few years ago, it was a mom shaving her teenage daughter's head because she had a bad attitude. Then it was Ray, the little girl whose mom would put her in suggestive situations for a certain demographic of people to enjoy. Then just a couple months ago, it was the Jenkins family, a couple who decided to do race play content in the only bedroom in the apartment while their 4 children slept on a flea-covered floor. Now recently, it's Hannah, The nurse who doesn't think her daughter or her child deserves a $35 jacket and leaves crap all over her house. These parents never wanted to be parents, but they understand that if you enrage the internet enough, you can profit off of people's rage. And if at any point it gets too hot in the kitchen, you can just say you're sorry, you're stressed, you're going through some type of disorder, and people will forgive you and give you grace.
Here's an update regarding Nurse Hannah. A lot of people reported her to Child Protective Services. A lot of people also submitted all of the videos as evidence before she deleted them. And as someone who used to be an investigator for Child Protective Services, I'll tell you what happens next. So we're probably not gonna know anything about what happens next. And this is because Nurse Hannah is entitled to privacy. Just how if Child Protective Services was to knock on your door right now, no one is entitled to know about your case other than you and maybe if you tell somebody. But unless Nurse Hannah comes out, those are my kids in the background, I'm sorry. Unless Nurse Hannah comes out and tells us directly like, hey, this happened, we're never gonna know. Child Protective Services is not gonna come out and say, hey, this is what we did, because privacy. I know a lot of people do not trust the system and your feelings are valid. The system does fail a lot of children, but the system also does do a lot of good. I saw both sides of the coin while I was there. Like I said, I'm just keeping it real with you guys. I do not see James being removed, and that's because in order to remove a child, the child has to be in imminent danger. Child Protective Services has their own definition of what that is. More than likely what's gonna happen is an investigator is gonna go to her house, do a home assessment. They're also going to assess the child and the family as a unit. And they're going to make a determination based on what they see. But I do not foresee this being a removal, okay? Unfortunately, Child Protective Services needs a lot more than this to remove a child. And more than likely, they're gonna talk to Hannah and the husband, address all of these concerns, tell them to change their behavior, to no longer post that kind of content. And I'm gonna go ahead and assume that somebody, an investigator, already went out to the house and talked to Hannah. Because as you guys can see on both of her pages, she has two pages, one with like 270,000 followers and another one with like 100,000 followers. And she stopped posting content where she's doing the concerning thing she was doing with James, her 2-year-old child. She stopped posting those kind of videos. She's cleaned up her page. She's now doing more content based on her. She's not showing her children as much. That's because CPS already made contact with her. When I had cases like this, and it was like social media related and I had to go out, like the parents will automatically like stop posting. My hope is that this entire situation is a wake-up call for Hannah and her husband to change their toxic behaviors towards their children. Also, if Child Protective Services determines that these people need parenting classes or resources, they're going to refer them to that. It is not in the best interest of Nurse Hannah to continue to get reports from CPS, to continue to be investigated by CPS, because she can lose her nursing license. So like I said, I'm hoping this is the wake-up call. I'm hoping she's going to see how all of these toxic behaviors affect not only her child, but also her license, her livelihood, and how having a platform is a privilege that I personally believe she does not deserve to have. But that's just my opinion. For everyone who contacted CPS, you did the right thing. As always, if you suspect that a child is a victim of abuse, neglect, or exploitation, Google Child Protective Services department near me, call and make a report.
The more I learn about this raggedy ass bitch Nurse Hannah, the more enraged I fucking get. She locks her toddler in their room at night so that the baby can't come out and bother them. They lock the baby in the room. They intentionally, because locks are, where are locks on doors normally? On the inside, right? So they intentionally installed the door or the handle backwards so that they can lock the baby inside at night. This is so fucked up on so many levels. Not only is it dangerous. This is a different level of evil. My babies wake up often in the middle of the night to come to me. And sometimes I put them back to bed, to their own bed, and sometimes I just let them sleep with me. And like my oldest, she gets really bad nightmares sometimes. Usually whenever she's like really tired. I used to get bad nightmares when I was younger. Now imagine like you wake up in the middle of the night and you can't even go to your parents for comfort because they locked you in your room. Like, that is so sinister. And then it's like the more you think about everything that she has ever posted, like the fact that she did not get prenatal care. Now when I think about it, I feel like she intentionally didn't get prenatal care with the hopes that she would lose that baby. With the hopes that she would lose that baby and then use the loss of her pregnancy to then garner sympathy. And there's quite literally nothing anyone could ever say to me that would make me feel otherwise. Nothing. And honestly, the fact that she does all these things, and the fact that as a pregnant woman, she thinks that she doesn't require prenatal care. My body's getting hot. I'm getting hot because, and anybody I see defending her, if you have kids, I'm gonna try to call CPS, because what the fuck?
Some people have children for aesthetic sake. Some people have kids for society's sake. Some people have kids because they feel like they're just like a little teddy bear. Some people have kids because they feel like they just want to have a mini me, someone that will look like me, someone that would take care of me while I'm old, someone that would continue my legacy. People have kids for different reasons, but most of the time, most people that have kids, they don't even want that child. They don't like children. They can't even handle being with kids. They don't even have that sympathy at all. Do you know something that I've been thinking about this whole situation? I think anytime I see the video pop up on my For You page, I'll just be like, because I can't even watch most of those videos that people were like, you're actually abusing this child. People were bringing out those videos. I can't really watch them because they're very triggering. Like, why would you do this thing to this small child? And something that I kept thinking about is when you have a social media page and you want to post vlog, you want to post about your life, your lifestyle. Oh, this is what I'm doing today. This is what I'm eating. This is where I'm going. This is how my family is happy today, or this is where we went to. Like, you're telling people and you're posting online things that are happy, things that are good to people's eyes, not the sad parts, right? Sometimes you might want to post the sad part, maybe once in a while, but I feel like if you want to like strive on your vlogging channel or your vlogging page, there are things, exciting things. Oh, I visited a particular restaurant. I went to see so thing, like I went to this country. Like, you're just telling people exciting things, right? That is when you blow. So anyway, what I've been thinking about is these videos that people brought out to see how they've been abusing this child. These videos were posted online. It was not that there was a secret camera in the house to tell what was happening. There was no secret camera. There was nobody that mounted any camera. There was no neighbor or there was no family members that came online to say, this is what is going on. Help, this woman is abused. Nobody. All these videos were brought from the videos they edited, they posted online. And it got me thinking, for you to sit down and have a channel, a family channel, and try to entertain people, and you edited that kind of video and it's okay for you, you feel like it's entertaining or there's nothing wrong with it. Do you know what I'm thinking? Like, I cannot imagine what they'll be doing to this child behind cameras when they are not recording. If you're doing this while you're recording and you want to post it out to the public and you're a popular person, a creator online, on TikTok for that matter, and you're confident to post this thing on your page because you feel like there's nothing there, I wonder what they'll be doing to this child behind cameras. behind cameras, and it is just so sad to see this young boy being abused, being neglected. They are treating him as if he was adopted. Even if he was adopted, it's not easy to adopt a child, if I'm correct. You cannot just walk up to any orphanage home and say, I want this child, I want to go on with this child. It's not always easy. There are a lot of process, a lot of waiting process that you would do to get a child. And they will also do some background check if you can take care of the child and all of that. So even if the child was adopted, it's not you that have the child. But you gave birth to this child. Now imagine if the child was adopted. It will be worse. It will be worse. Like, and this is what I'll keep saying. You don't have to have these children if you hate kids. It shows how much both of them hate those children. I'm not really saying the second child, but especially that we're only saying the toddler. Me particularly, I'm only saying the toddler for now. They hate that child. They don't like the child. The child is a pest to them. But you had another one. That's the first child, so they have another one. So if they are treating that first one like that, I wonder how they'll treat the second one. If you're treating your first child that is supposed to be your precious egg, I wonder how you will treat the second one. Then why did you even bother having the second one? That's why I say most people have kids for different reasons. I just feel like when people get pregnant, they should just call the family and be like, okay, why do you want to keep the baby? Like, why are you having kids? If it doesn't make sense, they should not. Because most people just have them, like, let's just have them. It's going to bring so much traffic to our page. I know of someone that keeps getting pregnant because anytime she posts pregnancy content on her page, she get a lot of views. She makes so much money online. And anytime she say, I am pregnant again, her views are like from 0 to 1,000 safe. She makes so much money when she's pregnant. So I feel like she started getting pregnant back to back because she's using it to make money. And that's a very wrong reason to have children, because at the end of the day, you'll be with those children and they will not be babies forever. They keep growing. And how can you handle so many children in the space of how many years? And that's what I'm saying. You don't have to have kids. You don't need to do it for aesthetic's sake. You don't need to do it to make money. You're hurting those kids' future. Like when they grow up, they have a lot of trauma to deal with. They start have to go to therapy and start healing because of the damage that has happened while they were young. Imagine a child coming out to say, my parents hate me. Nobody likes me in this house. Like in 2024. I'm so happy CPS has interfered. But then one of the creators that works with, I think she has worked with CPS before, and she's like, we might not know what's up because everything's going to be private now. And the fact that she has taken down most of the videos and she's not like acting, she's a nurse, so they might not. I feel like she'll get away with it, to be honest. But anyway, what is your take on this? Can you share your thoughts in the comment section respectfully? It's your girl Maya Davis, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.